Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's just see how the sound is doing. Okay, yeah, there's a little sound there. That'll work. And I'll just plug the headphones in and get it to work even better. Hey, Sherry, welcome. Great to see you, hon. Welcome in. And let me just get my laptop to its station here. Hey, Allison, welcome. I know you've been here for like all of the days. It's crazy. It did fly by. Welcome, Kyla. Great to see you. Jane, welcome. Thank you so much, Jane. Hey, Michelle, great to see you as well. Wow. Yeah, the days have flown by. Flown by. It's all gone rather quickly. How are you guys doing, and what are you guys noticing? Anything? I know Allison and Michelle, you've done this many times. I'm just curious if you've experienced anything in particular with the cumulative effects of it, noticing different ways people respond to you or different ways you feel since you've done it so many times in a row. Hey, Sherry, you've done it quite a few times as well. Quite a few times. So I'd be curious to know what you've noticed and what you've experienced also. While you guys are preparing yourself to share that, I'm going to go ahead and you're noticing a lighter heart. That is awesome, Allison. Woohoo! Especially during such heavy times, if you can get your heart to feel lighter, that's a huge gift. Sherry says, I feel my heart opening so much more easily now. Amazing, Sherry. More expansive, and a feeling of abundance has increased. Allison, that is awesome. Sherry says her energy is flowing. Jane shares, I feel more forgiving of others. Wow. Phoenix shares, yes, more spaciousness, especially in my heart area. Wow. Michelle shares, yes, I feel the ringing in my ears move from my ears up in the top of my head, and it's staying there. Wow. Wow, that is just so cool. Oh, you're welcome, Allison. I'm very grateful to my guides as well for sharing this meditation with me. Jessica's like, I'm totally expecting to ascend after day 12. I know, right? Can we just like body and all just take it to the next level, please? Can we just get to the next dimension? Michelle shares, people at my yoga studio are responding to me in open ways that surprise me. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, super cool. I've had people say that they have noticed that people respond to them differently when they've kept up a steady flow of this meditation. Mother Healer says throat chakra opening and high heart connection. Super cool. Oh, Sherry, so grateful I got the chance to do this with all of you as well. What a pleasure, what a gift, what an honor. Awesome. Let me get into the introduction and we'll do more shares as we get to the other side. So, welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. We are officially on day 11 of the 12-day solstice Christ consciousness meditation. This meditation was given to me by my spirit guides in 2017, early 2017. And since then, I've been using it and noticing a lot of the wonderful things that people are sharing here are also true for me, and more. So this meditation, we'll sit together for, I guess, about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. When we do this meditation, I have found that it's really helpful to do it sitting at the edge of a chair with both feet flat on the ground. Otherwise, it's very easy for me to fall asleep. However, if you prefer to sit cross legged, back supported, or lay down, hey, um, there is no judgment here, judgment free zone. While we talk about this being a Christ consciousness meditation, both myself and Christ recognize that there are many teachers on the name who have taught unconditional love to the human beings on planet Earth. And while Christ is my teacher, which is how the transmission came through, you may find that that frequency doesn't resonate for you, or there's blockage there. If you have a different teacher who is your teacher on unconditional love, during the meditation, when I call for the Christ consciousness timeline, you may insert the name of that teacher. We'll be working with the source energy centers during this meditation. You can see what they all are on the left and what they stand for and represent in your energy body on the right. Before we begin, you're going to want to create a sphere of energy protection, and I'll walk you through how to do that. You may notice sensations in each of these source energy centers, also known as chakras, as you move through the meditation. Totally okay. Um, it's just energy moving, and we take the time at each chakra to give you some awareness about what each chakra may be holding or how it's tethered to the 3D realm at this time. When we get to the piece of the meditation where we work with the third eye, what you're going to want to do is find yourself the place inside of you where your third eye and your crown meet. That location is the place that we're going to work with. What we'll do is begin at the heart and float our energy down through our lower chakras, back out, up and around, in through the crown, and then back again to the heart. And when we get to the crown at the very end, we're going to do something very special to call in loving energy to rest in the crown and then again through the heart. Okay. Wait, come back. My little cursor. All right, there we go. Phew. Ultimately, what we'll be creating is what's known to scientists as a toroidal field. And it's simply a field of energy that has a vortex in the middle and expands around to create that vortex again at the top. And it's heart centered for us. And what we'll be also doing is activating our toroidal column of light, which is essentially a column of light that expands when all of our chakras are vibrating at the exact same frequency, and they have expanded and moved into connection with one another. This is also known as your ascension column. And at the end of the meditation, once we've activated our own toroidal columns of light, our own ascension columns, what we're going to do when we're done is unite ourselves as a human heart grid, um, to connect globally all over the world. And then we're going to provide a healing. Normally, days 1 through 10, they were user generated. However, days 11 and 12 here, I have pre chosen what they will be about, the healings will be about. Today's healing, we're going to provide an unconditional love transmission for all twin souls, twin flames, divine counterparts, ascension partners, and divine connections who are looking and experiencing their ascension through a love connection with another. And tomorrow, on the final day, we will work with all of those who are being trafficked and sold against their will on planet Earth, and we will provide a healing for them as well. Okay, so that being said, go ahead and get yourself settled, and we are going to go ahead and begin. All right. Just allow yourself to feel your energy settling around you, like leaves gently falling to the ground. And as your energy comes to a still point, begin to create a sphere of protection around you. See it filling in fully, front and back, above and below, left and right. Let's just give this sphere of protection a gentle command. And now command that only that which is love may enter this space. And if you would, bring your attention to your heart. I now command anything that has emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for full transmutation to love across all timelines, all spaces, all dimensions. I now command source love to come down, flood this source energy center and all those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this source energy center to arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for it, and all associated cells and DNA to reconfigure and match the frequency of Christ consciousness. Now, if you would, bring your attention to your solar plexus. I now command this source energy center to open. Just be with whatever your solar wants to reveal today. I now command anything that has emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love. Feel it releasing now. Across all timelines, spaces, and dimensions. I now command source love to come down and flood this source energy center and all those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command the source energy center to arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for it and all associated cells and DNA to reconfigure and match the frequency of Christ consciousness. Gently float your attention to your sacral. Now command the source energy center to open. Now command anything that is emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love across all timelines, spaces, and dimensions. I now command source love to come down and flood this source energy center and all those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this source energy center to arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for it, and all associated cells and DNA to reconfigure and match the frequency of Christ consciousness. Now bring your awareness to your root. Now command the source energy center to open. I now command anything that is emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm to be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to Source for a full transmutation to love across all timelines, spaces, and dimensions. I now command Source Love come down and flood this Source Energy Center and all those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this Source Energy Center to arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for it, and all associated cells and DNA to reconfigure and match the frequency of Christ consciousness. And now bring your awareness to your third eye, a place where the third eye and the crown meet. I now command the Source Energy Center to open. I now command anything that is emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm to be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love across all timelines, spaces, and dimensions. I now command source love to come down and flood this source energy center and all those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this source energy center to arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for it, and all associated cells and DNA to reconfigure and match the frequency of Christ consciousness. Bringing your attention now to your throat. I now command the source energy center to open. I now command anything that is emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm to be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love across all timelines, all spaces, all dimensions. I now command Source Love to come down and flood this Source Energy Center and all those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this Source Energy Center to arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for it and all associated cells and DNA to reconfigure and match the frequency of Christ consciousness. And now, if you would, just bring your attention back to your heart, floating that throat energy into that heart energy, heart into solar, solar into sacral, flowing through the root, out and around, back in through your third eye, back through the throat, back through the heart, just allowing that energy to flow from the heart down through the root out and around to the crown, from the crown back into the heart. And just above your crown, now begin to visualize a symbol of unconditional love. And gently allow that symbol of unconditional love to begin to merge with your crown, lighting it up, doing for your crown what we have done for all other source energy centers in one step. Going, love flowing, Christ consciousness rising. Just gently allow that symbol to now merge with your third eye and come now through your throat, moving into the heart, moving into the sacral, solar plexus, now moving through the root, expanding out from the root, enveloping you, rising around you, coming to rest again at your crown. And just move that symbol through your ascension column a few times. And on the next go round, just allow that symbol to come to rest in your heart, that symbol of love. While the other energy keeps moving through you and around you, allow that symbol to just illuminate the heart. Gently now, beginning to expand your field of love around you, allowing it to fill up your room. If you've already allowed it to fill up your room, allow it to fill up your home or the structure that you're in, the entire building. Noticing that your field of protection goes where your field goes. And like a balloon, just keep expanding, filling your street or your block, allowing the energy to keep moving through you, out and around you. Now filling up your city or your town. Love moving through you and all around you. Pushing past your city limits, continuing to expand, and now fill your state or your province or your territory. Keep going. Gently now expanding past your state or province, or your island, reaching out now to expand until you bump into another meditation partner here. Find yourself connecting. Notice what it feels like as one of their energy fields bumps right into yours, like a gentle balloon bumping into another gentle balloon. And just gently ask one another, may I connect with you heart to heart? And feel those heart connections start to come in. It's okay if you haven't felt anything yet. Just keep expanding until you do. Noticing how your sphere of protection is all around. Allowing only that which is love to enter the space. And gently call forward in front of you your twin, divine connection, ascension partner, or your beloveds. See them standing before you. Gently ask them would they like to receive a healing transmission of unconditional love. If there's not a clear yes today, that's okay. You can always provide the transmission when they're ready, knowing that love will always be there. There's no need to force love on anyone. And if they're not ready today, it doesn't mean they won't ever be ready. It just means not today. If they've declined, just simply release them in gratitude. And if they've said yes, or if they've asked what it is, just provide them with a light explanation. It's not about binding them or holding them or forcing them. It's just about sharing love. There's nothing they need to do but receive. Once they've said yes, just allow that symbol of love that's been sitting in your heart to float to theirs. And now begin to rest in their heart, illuminating their chakras, lighting up their ascension column as they begin to merge into love. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to do any other work, no other healing, no other looking. Just transmit the love and release. Thanking them for receiving, allowing them to move forward in their journey as they need. Trusting love will guide them. Just a gentle reminder to let them go. I can see some of you are holding on. Just gently release them. Knowing that your hearts will always be connected in love. And now calling before you any other twin soul, divine counterpart, any other ascension partner who's become a friend or an ally to you in the community, and asking them if they would like to receive a transmission of healing unconditional love. And if you happen to know their beloved counterpart, you're welcome to invite that counterpart in as well and ask if the counterpart would like to receive the transmission as well. Just providing again that light explainer. It's a transmission of love, has no strings attached. It is simply for sharing love and allowing them to experience more love in their life. Allowing again the symbol to float from your heart to their hearts. Watching it rest there. And gently thanking them for being willing to receive today. If you'd like, you may work with another couple or another person whom you know to be a part of the community, online or otherwise, and just ask them once again, would you like to receive a healing transmission of love? And just sort of gently letting people go, thanking them and releasing them, knowing that love will guide them and instruct them in the ways appropriate for their path. If you'd like to continue your work with others, you may do so now. Just pause this meditation as we gently bring healing transmissions to conclusion. And as you're ready to move forward, gently begin to bring your attention and energy back to your own field, one step at a time, pulling your energy gently back towards your body, gently back towards your country, back towards your province or state, island, or territory. Thanking your heart grid partners and gently releasing the heart grid connection. Bringing your energy right back into your town, your city, and bringing your energy back into your building, through your block or your street. Allowing that energy to float right back into your room. Noticing how your field of protection came right with it. Very good. Very good. Allowing that energy to move again and the symbol to move through you, from your heart through your root, out and around, coming together at the crown, right back in through the crown, and coming to rest again at the heart. Very good. If you wish to take a few moments to enjoy the vibrations, please do. Feel free to pause this meditation as we now come to completion and move into the question and answer portion of our time together. And the open sharing portion of our time together. Free to stretch, change positions, have some water. Nice work, everyone. Really well done. Thank you for being here and meditating together today. Jessica, that's hilarious. Okay, how did you know I was lingering with my DM? Because my DM told me. He was like, make sure to tell them to let go. He was like, some of them are not letting go. And I looked and I was like, you're right, they're not. That's all I knew. That was hilarious. Felt like you caught me. Hee hee. Yeah. Um, it's a real thing. You weren't alone, Jessica. Trust me. You were in very good company. Sherry said, haha, I couldn't tell who wouldn't let go, me or him. Yeah, You guys were in good company. It wasn't just two of you, believe me. It was multiple. Michelle, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It was awesome to be able to do this with you guys. Really awesome. Um, yeah, really special to be able to provide that activation for all divine counterparts, no matter their label today. Because in the end, as my guides told me, no matter the label, the point and the purpose was always love. Always love. Angelique says, I was doing the same with my twin flame. Haven't seen him in over 6 years. Aw. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, my Jim was very adamant. He's like, make sure you tell these people to let go. I was like, all right. Um, yeah, I hope you thanked your people for coming through today. Mm, tears of joy. That's good, Sherry. Love House says, thank you. You are welcome, Love House. I like that name, Love House. Salma Suleiman says, I felt my DM didn't say no to the healing, but wasn't eager either. Just wanted to be in the presence of healing. That's what I could tell anyway. Very good discernment, Salma. It's great discernment on your part. Really great discernment. What else did you guys notice? What did you notice? What did you see? What did you feel? I mean, obviously, don't share anything that's private to you, but you're welcome to share anything that you think might help somebody else. Great discernment, Selma. Jessica Suefield, thanks for picking that focus tonight. I like doing that. Yeah, it's a beautiful energy to be in. Michelle Hahn shares, thank you so, so much, Kay. I was also thinking, you got me good. Hanging on for dear life. Yeah, that you weren't alone. You were not alone. Not alone. And that's okay. Um, totally okay. Michelle Hahn shares, I know yesterday you clarified merging 5D with 3D, and I think I'm seeing that merge in other facets of my life recently, but I have a hard time seeing that with my divine counterpart, twin flame. Michelle, that'll probably be the last thing to merge as opposed to the next thing, only because there's just so much tension, fraught, and caught up in it. There's so much emotional investment. The things that'll merge first are the things where you have very low emotional investment and it going a very particular way. So that's okay. Beautiful girl says, thank you. I joined in late, but always good to be here. Awesome. I'm so glad you were here, beautiful girl. Wonderful to have you. Michelle Hahn also shares, yeah, I don't think my DM was accepting at this time. LOL, resistant as usual. That's totally okay, especially if for them, based on their perception of what has happened in the connection, there have been strings attached to your love or expectations that came with your love, or if there were, even if you didn't hold expectations, if they experienced them via having experienced your disappointment or your letdown. And that's not to say you shouldn't express those things, but if they experienced repeatedly your disappointment and your letdown, in someone's disappointment is also written in there the unspoken expectation that either wasn't shared or was shared that they did not live up to. So if there's a lot of that written into the history of you two, it will take time to rebuild trust that the love really does have no conditions. Okay. Let's see what else is being shared here. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, Michelle Wallace or Michael Wallace. Welcome. Great to see you here, Michael. Uh, Solomon says, same for me, Selma. Sherry says, when I activated his column, I felt him merge with me and our columns of light join. Beautiful. Also, that was not the instruction to activate their column, it was just to watch. If their column got activated, great, but you don't have to do anything. Just share the love and let go. Let go. Yeah, Allison shares, I tapped into the purpose of twin flame divine connection and how the healing was extending more broadly and how it's especially important at this stage we are in the 3D. Absolutely, Allison. I'm so glad you saw that. If you're willing to share any insights for us as a collective and for anyone who'll read these comments in the future, that would be wonderful. Please drop them. Beautiful girl says, yes, my person said no, but I wasn't upset. And I thank you for the confirmation. That means so much. I recently found out they were an ascension partner, but haven't stopped loving them any less. That's totally fine, beautiful girl. Sometimes, yeah, it is an ascension partner, and you received the activation of love, you received the transmission, and that is totally okay. That still means that you've ascended to a place where your loving is more broad, more vast, more deep, more whole, more unconditional than it's ever been before. And even if you're, and let me rephrase that, by being in that vibration and frequency of love, you are able to call in the divine connection that is right for you. Okay. Um, so, really great work, beautiful girl. Keep going, keep working on yourself. What else did you guys notice? What else did you hear? What else did you see? What else did you feel? Michelle Hahn says, yeah, I feel like I'm always sending him love in the 5D, heart centered love vibes, but 3D is completely different story. It can be that way. Like I said, this will be the last thing to merge for you. Wherever we have emotional investment, there's a density vibration that can slow things down. There's nothing wrong. It's fine that we live in the 3D. Touch yourself, feel your skin, feel your bones, your body. There's no way to escape it until you're done being in a body. It's fine that things move a little slower in the density realm. Just allow your intention to keep being what it is and keep releasing attachment. Um, Mother Healer, do we really need 3D merging with RDM, or is it enough at 5D, pure love and union? Just so much easier and freer than 5D. It depends on what you feel like you're called to do, Mother Healer. I know some people feel really called for a 3D connection, and that may be in their soul contract. Some people feel very at peace with 3D separation, 5D connection, and that may be in their soul contract. There isn't a right way, there isn't a wrong way, there is just the way that's right for you and your counterpart. And it'll move in the way that it's meant to move. So if it's moving slower, fine. If it's moving faster, fine. Just give yourself permission and the freedom to be in love with how it is unfolding. And that doesn't mean loving every minute because it's a joyful parade. That means being in the state of love with whatever is happening, counting it all love, counting it all union, counting it all connection. Okay. Allison Sculf shares, I had the same experience with my DM Sherry. Brenda Trancoso, perfect timing. You're welcome. I'm glad you came, Brenda. Michelle says, yeah, here I am thinking I have nothing but unconditional love all the time, but maybe not. As you clarified, disappointment is a sign that unconditional love may not always be present. I mean, it can be present, right, Michelle? But we also have expectations. I mean, We expect when we get out, put our feet on the floor, that gravity will be there. We're not going to float up to the ceiling. We expect when we plug something into an outlet, electricity will be there. When we turn the ignition in our car, the car turns on so we can go places. I mean, expectations are kind of a part of the way that creators create the realm. So it's not unusual to have expectations with our person. The love exists without conditions, but relating, yeah, it has conditions. It definitely has conditions. And it's just important in the divine connections that we share with others, even our neighbors, because those are divine connections too. It's just important that we, check the expectations, because love may be guiding that person in a way that's outside of what we expected, because they are too a divine created human being with their own path that love is showing them. It's the one thing we cannot control. We can call the electric company, get the electricity turned back on. We can, you know, turn the key in the ignition and expect the car to go, or call AAA if it doesn't, but we can't control another human being. And that's an aspect of creatorship that's really, it's challenging to integrate, especially with a love that's as profound as this one. Um, can never let go enough. I know. Phoenix Jordan, beautiful, beautiful to have you, Phoenix. Thank you for being here tonight. My throat chakra keeps clearing with sound here. Oh, interesting, Phoenix. Very interesting. Mother Healer says, yeah, so much harder in 3D. It can be, yeah, for sure. Allison says, twin flame divine connection are templated for pure unconditional love. We are to bring that template into the 3D from the 5D. It comes with challenges, so sharing our love with one another assists in the birthing of the love and divinity we are here to bring. When we are sending love and honoring one another in the collective, it assists. Ta-da! Well done, Allison. Way to write the transmission for us. Thank you for sharing that. We can help create the container for one another. Woohoo! Awesome. Brenda Trancoso. Thanks, K Moon. I needed to hear that. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I hope whatever I said was helpful. All right, beloveds. So I hope you all join me tomorrow for day 12. And I'm glad we got to do this activation for all divine connections and divine counterparts, no matter what the label is. Tomorrow will be our last day for this solstice meditation. I'm not sure when we'll do it again. I just kind of wait for my guides to nudge me with it. They had been nudging me with it for a while. They were like, do the thing. And I was like, no. They were like, no, really do it. Like now. I was like, fine. So I'm really grateful that those of you who showed up for this, showed up for it. Extremely powerful group of healers here. I definitely feel and sense your commitment to love and your commitment to healing and growth and expanding love on the planet. Extremely, extremely powerful. So that's that. Is Alejandra here? Did she happen to join us again tonight? I want to check and see if she had the pain again today. If Alejandra's here, she was on my mind earlier. I was like, make sure she doesn't have any pain. Danette, did you have the pain again today, hun? Let me know. Beautiful girl. Beautiful. Everything I needed to hear, be reminded of today. Thank you so much, everyone in K. Divine timing. Right on, beautiful girl. Michelle Hahn says, I think the difference between the connection I feel towards my twin flame TM is that I still feel unconditional love towards him despite my triggers, and experiencing an instance where I wouldn't have been able to accept or tolerate from anyone else but with him. It's like I'm able to see him for who he truly is and not let my ego get the best of me. My soul journey has been deeply rewarding and full of growth. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, woman. That's definitely the way it works. They definitely uncondition us. All of our conditioning that we have around what we will and won't do and what we must have and will never have, all that conditioning falls right away when you start experiencing unconditional love for someone. So, yeah, big openings with divine counterparts, no matter what label they are. Once you've really got the transmission of love in you, you can never not know it. So, oh, interesting, Danette. It was left side this year, right side all last year. Fascinating. Okay. Well, we talked about it last night, my girl, so you know what to do. Um, I think it's growing pains. Haha. It might be. It really might be, hun. Um, okay. If you feel called to, Brenda, yeah, go back and do the meditations, but don't feel like you have to. Just do what works for you, honey. Mother Healer, extremely grateful for the twin flame divine connection meditation. Awesome. So awesome. Indeed, Kay, the conditions fall right away. It's so beautiful. You can never not know it. Love that. You can't. Once you know what this is, you'll never forget. Thanks, Twin Flame. Mother Healer says, no matter how difficult it is, I'm always and always be grateful for the knowing of unconditional love from knowing my DM. That's right. Growing new cellular bodies. That's also right, Danette. Is also right. Just keep an eye on it so that you know when it's time to get additional support from a professional. Okay, beloveds. Okay, I'm going to continue to share your vids with your oh so amazing, eloquent words, soothing voice, as so many have raved about. But seriously, the way you phrase and explain everything is next level. Ah, Michelle, thank you, honey. I appreciate and receive that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, beautiful souls, for being here tonight. I'll see you tomorrow night for day 12. Take great care and bye for now.